Welcome back to Accountant's Desk. In today's video, we will understand how to apply debit and credit using practical journal entries. If you haven't watched our previous video on modern rules of accounting, make sure you check it out. It will help you understand today's concept more clearly. The link is in the description below. And if you are a small business owner in need of reliable bookkeeping services, just fill out the Google form linked in the description. We will reach out to you. Rules of debit and credit. Before we jump into examples, it is important to understand how different types of accounts behave. Every account in accounting fits into one of the six categories: assets, liabilities, equity and capital, expenses and losses, revenue and gains, and drawings. Now the logic is simple. Expenses and assets increases on the debit balance and decreases on the credit balance. On the other hand, liabilities, equity and capital, and revenue and gains decreases on the debit balance and increases on the credit balance. Drawings, which is what the owners take out from the business, and it is similar to the expenses. So, it increases on the debit balance and decreases on the credit balance. Once you understand this behavior, you will know exactly which side to record each transaction, debit or credit. Now, let's understand with the help of examples. Mr. A started business with cash rupees 5 lakh. Now, let's break this down. Not just the format, but why we debit one account and credit another account. That's what really matters in accounting. Here, the business receives cash, which is an asset. So it increases and we debit it. And capital also increases, but it's a liability from the business point of view. So it is credited. So here, cash account and capital account. And we record it as cash account, capital account. Cash is an asset, and if an asset increases, it is on the debit side. So 5 lakh rupees on the debit side, and capital increases, but it is liability for the business, so it is credited. So 5 lakh rupees on the credit side. Now let's see another example. Opened a bank account with rupees 3 lakh. Cash is going into the bank. Since the bank is receiving, we debit it. Cash is going out, so we credit it. Always follow the flow. So it is bank account. Bank is a personal account. Debit the receiver. And cash is real account. So credit what goes out. So we record it as bank account and cash account. Bank account debit side 3 lakh rupees and cash account credit side rupees 3 lakh. Next, bought furniture and issued check rupees 50,000. Furniture is an asset and it is coming in, so we debit it. The payment is through bank, which decreases, so we credit it. Furniture account, it is real, debit what comes in. And credit bank account. Bank is a personal account and credit is the giver. So the accounts are furniture account, bank account. Debit side for the furniture 50,000 and credit side for the bank 50,000. Next, purchase goods for rupees 60,000. Purchases are considered as expense. That is why we debit it and cash is going out. So we credit what goes out. So purchase account to cash account. And we record it as purchase account and cash account. Purchase account debit side 60,000 and cash account credit side rupees 60,000. Next, sold goods costing rupees 15,000 for rupees 25,000 to Mr. B. Sales is an income. That's why we credit it. And customer Mr. B will pay us, so we debit him. So Mr. B, his personal, debit the receiver, To sales, it is nominal account, so credit all incomes and gains. And we record it as Mr. B account and sales account. Debit side Mr. B 25,000 and credit side sales 25,000. Next, sold goods for rupees 15,000. Whether you are selling for cash or credit, the rule stays the same. Revenue always increases, so it is credited. And here, instead of debtor, we take it as cash. So it is cash account debit to sales account. And we record it as cash account, sales account. Cash account debit side 15,000 and sales account credit side 15,000. Now you may ask, in the last transaction we have taken Mr. B, and in this transaction why cash? The reason is the last transaction it was given as Mr. B, means it was credit transaction, and in this transaction there is nothing, no name is mentioned, so we take it as cash transaction. That's it for this video. You have learned the rules of debit and credit using modern rules of accounting as well as the golden rules of accounting. If you haven't seen our previous videos on modern rules of accounting and golden rules of accounting, check it out. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more accounting videos.